Ignited Souls. Thank you for joining me, Crime a Queen, on this channel. So, I have some news. News. Because news is what our lives have been about. And every day things are changing, and no wonder we are bombarded with news all the time. But I, in fact, I have done some videos on that to really show, according um, to the template, the sacrifice template. This is what happens. This is why we are constantly NEW. Of course, the five here is indicative of the S, which changes its position because S upside down is the same. So 5 is like the S, and that is the news. That this is why we are often given news. Now we see we have number 6 here. We are also people, called people, person. I'm just going to give you a little bit of this. I have done this before, but it's like people, People, or person, person, but we're talking scriptural. So we have Genesis, which had genes in it. Okay, Genesis. And let's just do, oh, I think I should do them one at a time so you can have the space, but let's just go along with it. So people is 7567335. Let's add this together. So this is 510, and this is 20, 26, 33, 33. So can we see how the number 33 is very important in this? Like Christ died at 33, and the number 33 is said to be the highest degree in masonry or and so on. So let's just stick to that. So 3 plus 3 is 6. So we can see here in every segment, we have 3 segments here of 369, 369, 369. And if we added these numbers here on the top, we would have 666 here. This is another thing we would have here. 1, 2, 3, 6. And here would be 12, no, 18, sorry. So 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So 15, 1 plus 5 is 6, and this is 24. So we would have 6, 6, 6. Now, whether this is coinciding with what is going on now in today's world, because a lot of people are drawing on this mark of the beast symbol, and here whether it was 6 protons, 6 neurons, and 6 electrons, or any of these for the elements, but we have 666 here. But I feel that this is really saying that's part of our makeup. Okay. I have got the word revelation here because, of course, I've just drawn on Genesis. But if you watch any of my early videos, you will see that I always did call on revelation, well, often call on revelation and waters, because when I call out those names, very profound things were being revealed to me. Because the word revelation, I have done a video on it, has the word elation, reveal, and elate, and all of those. So all these energies would really come out. It also has the name Eve. So I think this is where we really need to pay attention, that this is perhaps where we are getting the full essence of Eve. It's as if what I'm getting is that it's that we have been fed a story, and it's like a puzzle, and we need to unpack it and get to the essence of it, and it all is revealed at the end in Revelation. Now, even with Revelation, I feel that we may things are clearer there, but we are meant to make the connection back to Mother Eve and see how this is impacting on our lives. Okay, now Eve, of course, is very prevalent in what's happening today, because if equals 14, I'm going to do these videos in segments, so I keep them short and I could have like more of a flow, because I have so much I feel I want to say and share. But I feel it's also useful or better for both of us that I do it in small segments. So if you are interested, and I think it would be useful for you to watch my video on Introduction to Crime a Queen. This will explain how we derived at this sacrifice table. Now you will also notice, I'm feeling I need to say this, that on this side of the table, there these letters, it's as if a force had held my hand not to change them, including this one. And I also have worked out how or why it was so in other videos. So basically, there is the force, and it's as if it was the force, whether it was same, but I feel the force was a positive one for me to not interfere with this. It's like saying you can only manipulate one side but not the other. And I'm going to do this, go over this video to show how this seed has taken rise now. Okay, now I hope all this will make sense. So we are back on person. So this is 7, 5, 9, 1, 6, 5. Okay, so this is 12, 12, this is 5, 12 and 9, that is 21, 26, 33. This is also 33. Then we have Genesis, which is 7, 5, 5, 5, which is where I always say Mother Eve is there wherever you see all these five fives. Okay, and this is 1, 9, 1. So this is 10, 20, 21, 26, and 33. So can we see that each of these are 33 right here? And so we are people, we are person, you are a person, and we are the Genesis. Now what I have said before as well, I also feel that 3 plus 3 is 6, that there were two sets of creations, and we see that on the story that we most understand is that God created man on the sixth day. So you can see the correlation with 6 here again. Later on in my videos, if you get a chance to as well see what I've done before, you will understand about the two sets of creation. Okay. And this in the two sets of creation was it's as if the we all, this is the thing, when we think about it as well, you will know that it's easy. We all ask the question, well, where did Cain kill Abel? Yeah, where did Cain go and get his wife? Where was it that he got his wife? Not only that, even before, in according to the scriptures in chapter 1, I think it is, and God said, behold, I have given you every, no, but there's one where it's, this is why a man will grow and leave his mother's house. This is a very strange text to have put in here, um, and it's in chapter 3. So, and God the Lord called upon Adam and said, okay, okay. I heard. Well, I can't really get it now. But however, this is where he says, okay, meaning that this man would go and leave his mother's house or find a wife. So this is already stated, meaning that there was another people, person, or entity or something. So there were two sets of creation. Okay, whether they were neighbors or countries or whatever it is. So let's not be naive and about this story that we were given. We are expected to use that brain because they gave us this brain in our head to use it. They gave us we are here to make sense of our experiences and the stories that we have been told or taught. Now, it's not to say that it was wrong. You have been given like a compass, so you are supposed to help navigate, find your way. And that's what we are meant to do right now, find our way back to mother. Mother, mother, mother. We have been taught to hate mother, which reflects in our own lives. Now, it's not to say that we don't have what we may see as valid reasons to dislike or to be distant from our mother in some cases, but this is strategically or it's designed that way for us to be able to understand the whole characteristics and the root of our path in this realm and to honor the God who created us and to honor the path that we are treading on. Okay, so this is a little bit on the template here. I really, okay, let's see if I can give you anything more on here. Just on here, I'll just give you something. So basically what I saw here on this, there is a lot. So I call this the jazz. This is like the kindergarten stage. The bucket or basket, this is where you bond with the number 2. You bond in agreement and relationships and so on. And going back to the story of Christ, this is where he recruited his disciples in twos as well. Most of them, I think it was, and in twos. But we also know that the basket of fish or bread was spoken of, very symbolic. That was very symbolic. Then we have look or luck, hair. It's like when you feel lucky, but I also feel that there is a very strong connection with the disciple Luke as well in this story here. And this is number 3. This is where they say lucky free or magic free. So we are lucky here. Now 4 is the developmental stage. The meaning you have set your it permits you to set your foundation. You can say this is where you have developed. You have formed a foundation, DVM. Now in number 5, which comes under the eye, you are changing. This eye is like indicative of sight. You are able to see something else. Something, there's a dynamic element that causes you, there's a big change, like something catastrophic or something very huge or happens, and you are able to see with your eye. Now, of course, when you see, you have a responsibility. There we have the fox. You have supposed to be cunning, and this is all cunning and wise. Then we have 7. Of course, this is the gypsy journey, I call it. And we have 8 for headquarters zone. This is where you go to your headquarters, where you are counted, you are asked questions, you sign papers, you make agreements there and so on. And this is where the number 8 is like a template. This is where things get sealed in that sense. It's a set, 2 things or 3 things. You could have a set of 2, a set of 3, a set of 4, and so on. But 8 represents a set, and the word set also equals 8 in numerology. So we have 9 here, and we have I and R. Now 9 and R here is indicative. I call it the inland revenue. This is where you pay your dues. You have to give your final account. Everything is there. Now, Can you not tell me that? Or can you tell me? This is really happening in our world. This is reference to what's happening in our world right now. And I feel that we are at this stage. Now I did these videos in 2018, I believe. I did these videos um that shows Mother Eve um is okay. I'm going to cover this in other videos, but Mother Eve is calling us home because we have to create a new set. Now in this 2020, I believe this new set is here right now, that we have to set that template, that perimeter. We have to build our walls or our boundaries, make that set. So this is why it's important for us to have this spiritual awareness and clarity so we can know what we are doing. But if you have forgotten your roots, you have forgotten where you come from, how are you going to know what to take and what to leave? Even if it means, um, you know, even if it means saying goodbye, but go and find out and make your wrong right, so to speak, with Mother Eve and say, okay, I get you, or have this conversation. When I say have this conversation, this I feel is being played out in our very lives. Having a conversation with your mother, having a conversation with a mother figure, having a conversation with the earth, anything that brings forth, that bears, having a conversation in itself bears, have that internal dialogue with yourself, because Mother Eve and all the 14 gods that I have also discovered in the scriptures are all part, or they all encompass our makeup. So that may sound a little strange to you. However, it also coincides with the Hindu locus of 7 heavens and 7 hell. This also coincides, as I say, it's 2 sets of creation. So we are going to cover this more on this subject, but I really want to speak on number 14. So I'm just going to give you a hint on anything I do to really let you know. For instance, in Revelation, we have Eve. EVE is 545. And that equals 14. But the very first word in the Bible, of the King James Holy Bible, that tells us in the beginning, the word IN equals, which is 9 and 5, equals 14. I want you to just bear this in mind, because this is what we're going to hinge a lot of our information on. The number 5 is coming alive right now. It is alive, and that's why I think we are here. This is where I believe we are. We are in this, and it's funny. It's the only word as well that consists of the 2 eyes, as in sacrifice. We have 2 eyes here as well in sacrifice. So um bear with me, and let's explore this. We really need to explore this, because knowledge is power. So thank you, ignited souls. Thank you, and do join me again. Stay ignited.